Okay. Get the shareable link. Throw it in the other one if it's still working. Okay, and I'm clicking a new one. I have to do this again. Definitely. I mobile hotspot. So, once the phone, I touched my phone. So, not allowed to touch my phone. Just lost it immediately. All right. Okay, so we have about a half hour left here. I see you all were thanking the mystery god, or blaming it on my disapproval of the mystery god. The mystery god caused all this. Okay, hold on. All right. Kimmy, so are they scientists who practice a religion? You were answering. Okay, no. Many scientists are religious. The truth is that when you go out there, many fields of religion are considered scientific, especially when you go into the roots of the origins of religions and things like that. And of course, though, with the merge of such things and many of the social sciences, right? But no, that's not. I hope that's not what you got out of what I was building on. I'm thinking about your question too, Self. Do we see justice in the 10th degree? Of course, yeah, of course, right? It's a good point. Why? Why would that be seen as religious? It's a good thought, but why? Why? I don't. Why would quantum mechanics be religious? or seen as religious by some. It's based on theory that is yet to be proven true or false. Religion is also a theory. What is the theory of quantum mechanics, though? I think you haven't read enough about quantum mechanics to say that. Because most of the calculations for quantum mechanics are very exact, you know, and most of the materials and the technology today is based on quantum mechanics, right? Well, Kemi, I don't know if religion is also a theory. Again, religion could be a theory depending on who you're talking to, you know? So supreme scientist, what's the word for? Because like we're all like in disagreement here. I'm trying to fish out things, so I don't know. Okay, you don't agree that religion is a theory. Yeah, I generally it's not well thought out like that. You know what I mean? It can be used as a theory though for those that aren't religious but are leading the religion. You see what I'm saying? The people that are leading the religion are basically dealing with social theory though. So the use of religion is also is certainly social theory, right? Okay, I'm waiting for self to finish your thought there. Okay, I don't want to tackle it. Now, okay, I was waiting for self for you to say more than that. I thought you had another thing to say. You said it's study of the microcosm. Not necessarily. That's not really the best way to describe it, actually. Yeah, and to study something, one has to bear witness to it. So how is quantum based on theory, though? Quantum mechanics is a study of the small, the subatomic, literally its own size scale called the Planck scale. So it isn't theory, the existence of this small. Okay, it isn't theory, the existence is small, and the happenings or the things that happen in the physics of in the quantum world of the very, very subatomic small are quite different than classical physics. And yet all of it, though, it has a very strong science to it. Everything from that entanglement, and not the Will Smith, I'm not talking about that other entanglement from that other lady. Praise God. No, I don't. That's not really what quantum mechanics is, though. It's not looking for the beginning. So you're confusing two sciences. It is the study of the small. Okay. It becomes very crucial to the studies of the beginnings, though, because the study of the beginnings is called cosmology. And because it started from, say it started from a speck of dust, then cosmology becomes forever linked with quantum mechanics. But they're totally different. So, quantum mechanics is real science. Many of the things like this laptop and everything are based on quantum mechanics, and the science of quantum mechanics is extremely viable. It is its theory and how it relates to man and the origins of man's thought and mind and matter that is the reason that is not taught in schools, and we only taught classical physics. So I don't think I would put that in the same thing. Well, the way you're saying that every time they get a small particle, these scientists have to split it. That's not really what's happening. You know what I mean? I mean, they're smashing them and stuff like that, but they're only to see different things. So it's funny you mention that, because that has also to do with how they're looking for dark matter and dark energy. So, right now I feel like your suspension of belief in all things cracker is not letting you see that is real science. You know what I mean? That's real science. Remember, by the way that some people define the black man as God, it certainly is a working theory and not necessarily a truth, right? And it can be known we are not loosely defining words now. I certainly wouldn't say religion is theory in general, that religion has too many, religion doesn't need to be theorized. It doesn't need to have a working premise that gives it the possibility of being true. And that's why it's not a theory. It doesn't have to be true. You know what I mean? However, many people that deal with religion, though, are working on the fact that it could be true. Okay? And many of their scientific pursuits can be in the name of religion. And thus why we have today's degree, because people spent trillions of years searching for that which does not exist. And you can search for that which does not exist very scientifically and just waste a lot of time. Right? Email me, Self. I'll give you some books about quantum mechanics. It's very real science, so very useful science. Okay? These are burgeoning sciences, though. The only difference is that we're not the ones that get to give the insights to it, so we're not, but forget about black and white. How many people are in these science labs that actually look at things and say, man is God, or, just that concept, man is God, which is a very ancient thought in all the ancient Asian texts and Eastern texts, if you really study closely. And I'm talking about Africa, Asia, everywhere. Whether black or white, they don't look at it in the perspective, right? Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't look at it that way, right? It doesn't mean that the works of Neil deGrasse Tyson aren't scientific and aren't very valid and useful. Supreme scientist said, a theory, even loosely defined, is systematic explanation for observed facts. I don't see how religion actually explains anything. Right. There you go. Right. That's why I said supreme scientist. The interesting thing about that is that religion actually plays a factor in social theory, right? And that's where it becomes scientific, In other words, how people use the reality of religion into constructing society and furthering it. Because a lot of people that don't bear witness to religion actually feel that religion is necessary, right? Remember, that's a thing that even Richard Dawkins in his God Delusion pointed out, and made note of, right? That even some atheists bear witness that you need religion, Of course, though, I would like to think more ideally and think that humanity is humane and doesn't ever need to be other than itself to be at its greatest potential at all times, right? Yeah. And religion constantly goes into social theory because when people use religion actively, whether the people that are religious or the people that are running the religion, like the priest, the Baptist, whatever it is, right? Once people start to redefine religion in their own use and how it will further them, now, once they add principles and morals to it, they are making a social theory applied to the religion, okay? Which makes it a beat up science, I would say, in many ways, but it links up with theory. It could lead to theory, is what I'm saying, though, right? Okay, self said, right, Allah is God is my worldview. So when I study things, I immediately look for self. I think sometimes my ego, because said book of study may not have self in it. Right. The thing is, self is you're not going to be reading many books, though, if you're only looking for yourself in there. You know what I mean? Right? The Hagakure, right? Remember? One of the sutras, or really aphorism. They're not sutras. They didn't become in that level like that. But one of the aphorisms in the Hagakure, which is one of the few that the great Ghost Dog quoted in his movie, right? With RZA's great score. I'll paraphrase, right? One should be able to look at all things and be more in accord with their own. The thing is, though, is that if Allah is God and Allah is all things, and all things come through Allah, then you should be able to look at all things and see the value in them. Just how we value it, how we judge it. You know what I mean? But many of the sciences aren't this evil tool, though. Learning about the sciences, it's people using the sciences that become, and the applications of the sciences where the evil comes in, not necessarily in the searching for science. So if you look throughout history, most of the Western folly in science is usually their applications and their desires to use it. But in their searches to understand science, usually their folly is in just their lack of acumen. Like you don't have a smart scientist looking at things. We have to uphold the, it's only with certain sciences, but it's generally not the winning case, though. as far as winning, where it makes all research that we would do void. Like we could just skip it, you know? No, no, we could find great answers studying these things. Indeed, indeed. Yeah. What did you hear, Kevin? I know I said it, but I don't know what you heard. Right? Okay. All things are Allah. No, that's not. You know what I meant. Like Allah is the original man, though. Don't take what I'm saying as a mystery. I'm saying that all things come through Allah. That's what I mean. Right? The mind. Everything is from the mind, so all things can be studied. Right? Right? They all come through Allah. Right? Not all things are Allah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mhm. It is a mental strain, though, to study science, to study mathematics, to study all these things because you're studying things from people. But you try to look for original people and stuff, and what you end up finding, though, is just our people with the same mindsets. So we really just have to have like great analytical skills, and the only way to have that is to continue to study like intensely. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. All right, we have some minutes left here. Email me definitely. Let me put that stuff again. You know, that way nobody has to fish for it and stuff. LT, I never got your understanding of the day's math that you said you threw in there. Maybe it was too many. It's 200 characters here. Maybe you could break it up and throw it in there. I don't know. Um, you could check out the column for this class at the set address. I usually write these on Saturday. You know what I mean? Usually, not always. Allah is the black man. That's it. But everything come through the black man. Everything sparked through the black man. Everything is from the mind of the original man. It's a tough pill to swallow, though, right? It's what it is. And those who aren't reading, though, aren't finding it, and those who are reading, though, maybe not seeing it. But definitely, when you email me, I'll throw you some books on quantum mechanics and stuff, and to start off the ideas and stuff. It's powerful, powerful science. Science is like quantum mechanics, neurology, the study of the brain. There was another one. I was saying maybe this is biochemistry, especially dealing with genetics. These are all burgeoning sciences where there's always new things coming about. So, um, more is being learned, so there's more to be gained. people don't know this vantage point. They don't do research saying, okay, the black man is God. How can I prove or disprove this? Right? As we would as good scientists, we go, okay, this is the truth I know. Let's see if we can prove or disprove it and go in there. That's not what they're doing. So, right? That's what happens. So, whether they black, white, black, brown, yellow or white, they look at things through a mystery God, right? All right, so we got less than 10 minutes. I'll log off here at 10 o'clock. That's when the class officially ends. So let me know anything that you want to know. I will quickly answer it.